Hello and welcome. Today is Saturday. It is the 13th day of September 2014. My name is Derek. Welcome to this weekend's silver chart analysis video. And before I get into the charts, a few tidbits of information that I want to go over. First, Gambling with an Edge video series that I started a week ago. Planning on doing this for the next 20 or so weeks, 30 weeks max maybe. So a few topics that I want to do are on the bottom of the screen. The one that I'm mainly looking forward to is all these money management series. It's the clincher for me actually doing this, chance for me to educate people on what fiat currency is and really what money is. So that'll be fun. And if you have any ideas of a request that you might want to have, then let me know. If I can do it, I most certainly will post a video for one of the series within it. Now, in the previous video, episode number 2, which was about NFL betting system, it had 2 thumbs up, 3 thumbs down. And this shows a lack of interest. And I really don't care because I'm doing this series because I find it fun and helpful to those who are interested in the topic and yeah, to wake people up about fiat currency, even if it's just 1 or 2 people. But what I'm hoping that the people who search for gambling strategies will find this via a search and share. And in many of these episodes and all of the money management ones, I will be making comments on money and such. Yeah, maybe 1, 5, 10, 15, 20 people will get introduced to fiat currency. That excites me. Therefore, I would like to thank all the people who have and will thumbs up, share these videos, as the more that this is done, the better chances these videos will appear on the searches. Even if you're like me and you don't like the topic, it's so awesome if you turn the video on, give it a thumbs up, and then close the video. That would be totally awesome. Now, last week in the Silver Chart videos, Thursday I made a video stating I played a baseball game. And I threw the ball in the air. It floated in the air for just 8 hours straight. This could never happen, ever, based on the laws of physics. So it was a lie. It never happened. It was planned. And I did this video on September the 11th. Can you see what I was trying to state within this? I think everybody should. In the last weekend's video, I mentioned at the end of the video the word kayfabe. And that's a wrestling term for a storyline made up that is not real. Jesse Ventura, who was a wrestler from the late 70s and the 1980s, often stated pro wrestling is very comparable to world politics. And in my educated, calculated belief that kayfabe was in play on September 11, 2001, as well as many other situations, and I'm highly in the belief that people need to be aware of this. So that'll be it for the tidbit of information. Now let's move on to the charts. I'm going to start off within the daily chart for silver and an obvious bear market. No denying that, because you got this low upper and lower bands in a downtrend, the 18 average band in a downtrend, consistently making lower lows and lower highs. It's an easily read downtrend. First level of support was this previous low. We're at there now, obviously breaking below, making new lows not seen in over a year. Will this area be the bottom? It might be, but it also might not. On the situation where it might not, that it's obviously going to keep going lower, I would expect this area to become resistance rather than support. On the situation where it will be, that means it's got to go higher. For me to look at this into a bull market, I've stated this many times before, I'll state it again. First step, this band has to flatten out. For it to flatten out, it's got to get into that area and stay there for a few days. That's step 1. Step number 2 is to get above the band. And when that happens, then this 18 average band will start to slowly increase, establish some level of resistance. Then what you'd want to see is come back to the band. Then when it does that, break what was the established resistance. When that happens, then I will be stating it's looking like a very high probability multi-month bull market. However, the last 3 times, this pattern has played in exactly the same. It breaks above this situation and it really goes high. And then after it finally has a correction within this band, and of course resistance is always established, well, resistance is never tested. Thus, what occurs is at some point a breakdown of support, boom and boom, and failed move, fast move to the downside. 3 times in a row this has happened in a little over a year, exactly the same way. So then what I'll be looking for is a make it to resistance, come back, break resistance, plain and simple. So now let's adjust this time frame out to the weekly. Question is, bull market, bear market, neutral market. 18 average of band, or the lower band, sideways. Upper band, downward to sideways, but more downward. So that there in itself should tell you neutral with a down bias. The 18 average band, well, it's been choppy, pretty much been going sideways in here. What's been going on is you get above it, but it doesn't break resistance. And here you go below, doesn't break support. Above, doesn't break resistance. Below, doesn't break support. Above, didn't break. So question is will this downtrend break the many times hit support levels? Maybe, but right now it's been holding several times, and more often it's tested, the more likely it is that it is to be taken out. And as I was saying on the daily chart, for the reversal to come into play, you flatten out, you get above, establish resistance, come back to the band, then break resistance. But you can see that every single time that resistance has been established, which is 3 in here, it has not even tested that area. So now let's adjust this time frame out to the quarterly. We can see again this is neutral with a down bias. The trend for the silver quarterly would be what? Up, down, or neutral. Well, it's not down really, and it's not up, so it's got to be neutral. Why is it not up? Well, this upper band is in a downtrend. This 18 average is in a newly formed downtrend, but this lower band is still technically in an uptrend. So therefore, there's no way it's bearish because this isn't going down, so the bias is neutral. And what the situation that we have within this chart is major support in here. Therefore, one of 2 things is going to take place after the neutrality of going sideways in the range of 18 and 25 comes to a completion, and that is it goes down or up. If it goes down, then that gives you one of 2 options. Going down, the first option is multi-quarter bear market. That would be 12, 16, 20 periods, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of a declining motion. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm not throwing the possibility out, but I don't think that's going to take place. Number 2 goes down pretty significantly, and it increases the size of what the failed breakdown is going to be. 4, breaking back above this 18 average of high. When you see, right now the 18, it's at 29.10. So seeing the price action breaking 29, okay, alert, alert, alert. You have this down move that really didn't go down. Now the price is up to 29.30. Failed move, fast move possibility. Of course, that's not where we are now, but I'm just going over the situations now before they happen. And then if this does end up going support and it just goes to the area, that's what I'd be talking about. Failed move, possible fast move. Now, as far as significant resistance and support, resistance on here, previous level, that's in at about 27.5. Oftentimes it was tested as support. It has not been tested yet as resistance. And on the downside, the next key support level, right around this previous resistance mark of 2006, 2007, of about 15 or so, 15 to 16 range as a support. So that will be this weekend's silver chart analysis video. I'm thanking you all for tuning in and supporting the channel, and have yourself a magnificent weekend. Bye-bye.